For those of you who may or may not know, technology and I absolutely do not get along. The title of this video, that I digitally cataloged my closet, and the fact that I actually did it, is a huge shock to me and maybe you or all my friends who know what a horrible technology person I am. However, I did this for a reason, and that is because I found an app. I was actually introduced to it through my podcast pal, Christina, who you probably already know and follow. But Christina recommended this app. She uses it. I've tried using wardrobe apps before, but none of them have really stuck. So today I'm going to be sharing why I chose Indyx to digitally catalog my closet, how I use it, because I think it's going to be a little bit different from most. I'm going to talk about how you can easily digitally catalog your wardrobe, and also who I think this could be a good fit for. I think you're either someone who likes to use these apps or not. Based on what I see with my styling clients, I think there are some people who an app like this could be really useful for. So we'll talk about that. We'll go through some looks that I created, and I will also share with you a very cool service that I'm offering through Indyx that I think will really complement my styling services. As usual, grab your beverage of choice and we'll get into it. What does it mean to digitally catalog your closet? Essentially, it means to take a photo of every item in your wardrobe and upload it into the magical world of the internet, usually by way of an app that will help you organize, categorize, help you put outfits together, and give you feedback on the wearability of those items in your closet. Think of it as a 2024 version of Cher Horowitz's like digital closet outfit builder thing. Very cool. The biggest roadblock to maximizing what you already have in your closet is not being able to see the clothes that you have. So having all of your clothes cataloged and in one place digitally is an excellent tool to help us shop our closets more. I think this can be especially beneficial for those of us who have our clothes in different sections or different closets of our home. This way we can see everything. I often see with clients that it's not a lack of creativity or a lack of style or anything like that. It's literally just because we cannot see our clothes that we are not feeling good about ourselves in them. Cataloging your wardrobe is also an excellent tool if you love the idea and you love to wardrobe plan, but you don't always have the time for it. When everything is already uploaded, you're able to take advantage of smaller snippets of time throughout your day, or even intentional downtime where you can go into the Indyx app and create outfits out of what you've already got. You can outfit plan by day. They have this really cool calendar feature that allows you to plan your outfit, or if you like, you can snap a picture of an outfit that you like and pop it into the calendar with what you wore that day. And you'll create a bank of outfits so that you can reference them in the future. Totally up to you how you would want to use it. But this really bridges that gap between the time we need and want to outfit plan and actually doing it. I'm thinking of all of my wonderful friends in my membership community here, and the next benefit is data. If you are a data-driven person and you like feedback, then this is an excellent tool to help you understand the wearability of your items, the versatility, and to find common themes and patterns in your outfits and what you like to wear. It also gives you a really solid sense of the provenance of a lot of your clothes. I'm definitely more of an intuitive person. Like, I would look at my closet and be like, oh yeah, it's all secondhand. But I actually went through and cataloged, I would say about 60% of my closet, and it turns out that only about 40-ish% is secondhand. So this is a really good radar for me to sort of realign my values and make sure I'm continuing to shop within my values. It's also an excellent tool to calculate cost per wear. Finally, digitally cataloging your wardrobe is great for anyone who likes to share and be styled and get outfit inspiration and input from friends, family, or stylists like myself. Indyx is an open app, so you can share your closet with others, they can share their closet with you, you can help each other out. Like, remember in high school when we used to borrow each other's clothes? If they're in close enough proximity, or even if they're not, like, shop your friend's closet maybe, you know? There is no question that the biggest roadblock to digitally cataloging your wardrobe is actually doing it. This is where Indyx has a really cool service that does it for you. You can contact them and they will come in and photograph and upload your items. They do about 100 items per sitting, and I think this is just fantastic. If you don't have the time, if this is what's stopping you from digitally cataloging your wardrobe, I mean, I don't know, that's pretty cool. Personally, if I'm encouraging you to do something, I want to just actually do it myself. So I took the time to digitally catalog around 70 pieces in my closet. I usually have around 140 pieces in my closet at any given time, so I managed to do about half, and I focused on the upcoming fall-winter season. So a few things to keep in mind if you are digitally cataloging your closet. Number one, done is better than perfect. This is like my motto for everything in life. I am not someone who requires things to be like perfectly perfect in order to use them or enjoy them. If you are that person, if you need your clothes to be perfect and pristine and beautiful digitally for you to want to shop your closet digitally, then I would recommend steaming your clothes as much as you can beforehand before you do your flat lays, or look for similar items of your closet online. When you're doing the search, always add off model. Try and find the exact brand, the color, if you have the model number that you own, so that you'll have a more consistent image of your closet. The second thing that is really important here is have fun with it. Make sure you block a solid 3 hours if you can. Put on some music, grab your favorite snack, light some candles, and just enjoy it. Make sure you've got a ton of natural light or the best lighting possible. And if you can, just use the floor or a flat surface. I have this really big white table which came in very handy, but Indyx has an automatic background remover. I told you this was a very sexy and easy to use app. Like, I wouldn't be able to do it otherwise. So even if you don't have a perfectly white background, that's totally okay. If you have a lot of clothes and you don't have 3 to 4 hours to take photos of your clothes, do it in chunks. I would recommend, rather than doing it like all of your denim, all of your tops, I would recommend doing maybe smaller capsules. So for example, take like a week's worth of clothes, or you know, your go-tos at the current moment, or your newest items. Find these little themed categories, because then you'll already have different pieces that you can start playing with. So you can start playing with new outfits right away. Of course, you don't have to listen to me for this. If you are like a very categorical person, then go ahead. Do all your denim one day, do all your shirts another day. However it works for you. Whatever kind of get that creativity going sooner rather than later could be more beneficial. Now, when it comes to actually photographing your clothes, it does really help when they are steamed as much as possible. But like I said, done is better than perfect. We do want them to look appealing in the app though. So there are a few things you can do that can make this happen. Number one, when you lay your clothes flat completely, we have this tendency to want to like match up all the seams and lay them flat with the seams. But when clothes are on the body, the seams actually kind of wrap around your body. We don't see them. So I adjust and tuck all the seams in on the sides. I also fold over the armpits and the crotches in trousers. So doing that little fold and tuck brings the arms and the legs a little closer together. It makes it look more realistic, like this is what it's gonna look like on you, and it's easier to photograph. They fit within the frame a lot easier. I also make sure buttons are done up, and if you have a pair of jeans or trousers or a sweater or a blazer, for example, that has a really cool detail, like you like to cuff it, then I would make sure you show that detail in your photo. It might look a little weird. For example, I have these jeans that I love to cuff because of the raw hem and the different color of denim. So I'm gonna cuff one leg so that it's just a visual cue for me. When it comes to dresses, things that have a little bit of volume or that have these really giant silhouettes, again, you want to make it look as though you're wearing the item. So rather than laying a floofy dress out completely flat, bring it in zhuzh it up a little, you know, make sure there's a little bit of waist definition. That way you know, like, this is what it's gonna look a little bit more accurately on the body. For accessories like belts, make sure they are buckled. Jewelry, earrings and things should be sort of snapped and in place. For scarves, I just folded them in a way that would again be a visual cue for me to remember what size they are and what kind of scarf it is. So I folded the little Cézanne neckerchief in a diamond, and I folded my larger silk scarf in a rectangle. For footwear, I kept it really consistent, and I just used a white napkin on my table. And again, the handy background remover just makes these look like they're floating, so that's really helpful for when I'm putting the collages together. It's up to you how much information on the item you want to add. I do find, again, if you're very data driven, the more information you can remember about the piece, the better. The more feedback you're gonna get on your closet. I didn't have time to input the longevity of all of my items because a lot of them are old, but I do like that I could indicate whether they were secondhand or not. I also love the cost per wear function. So when I have time, like when I'm having my breakfast or tea in the morning, or if I'm sitting outside with Apollo, I'll go in and I will start adding the longevity of my items. Particularly, I'm excited to see the ones that I've had for like 10, 15 years. I just guesstimate how many times I've worn them, but it still gives you that reference that you can use in the future when making new purchases or when planning your outfits. So fill in what you can, shoot what you can, and do it in a way that makes it fun for you. So here's how I'm going to be using the Indyx app. I mentioned this at the top of this video that I personally really enjoy the process of getting dressed in the morning. Because playing with my clothes is part of my job, I don't want to let this go. I love it. I take the time to like physically touch and try on and do this, and I love that. So I won't be letting that piece go, but I do have to say I've really enjoyed the process of getting the feedback and putting little outfits together. So the biggest capabilities that I'm going to use this for, number one, packing lists. I always start with a little rack, and I'm going to replicate that rack in my Indyx. But Indyx has this bananas capability when it comes to packing lists. I'm gonna do a whole other video on this because I came up with an idea that will allow me to use that functionality like even more. I'm telling you, like, I'm really proud of it. But essentially they have a feature where you can put an outfit in a packing list and it will extrapolate the items from that outfit. So it's essentially building a packing list as you create the outfits. Anyway, that's gonna be my main purpose because I am lucky, I do get to travel, so I think this will be absolutely key. The next is, because I create my outfits first, I don't want to lose that data. I'm gonna still enjoy the process of getting dressed in the morning without, you know, planning in the app, but I'm gonna take a selfie and if I can, create a quick collage of that outfit and pop it in the calendar. And this is gonna start giving me that data and that feedback of how often I'm wearing my items, which colors I'm wearing more, which secondhand items I'm using more, all the cost per wear. So for me, it's more about the validation and confirming any sort of intuitive ideas that I have about my closet, which can be very useful and keep me on the right track in terms of what I bring in, how I shop, all that stuff. And finally, I will be using this app to style you. I have joined the very talented roster of stylists already on Indyx to help you make outfits with your own closet. This is called the Lookbook, and essentially your closet has to be digitally cataloged and uploaded on Indyx for me to help you and for you to use the service. There is no face-to-face interaction, and I want to explain how it is different from my virtual styling services. So I will still be offering the one-on-one virtual styling. That is a face-to-face meeting over Zoom, and we go a lot deeper. I ask you, you know, why you purchased certain items. Yes, we can create new outfits and new collections, but it's definitely more guidance and more like probing questions based, so you can really start to give your style direction and start getting your creative juices sort of flowing already. It's a bit more of a deeper experience. So that's why this lookbook is a really good complement to that, because maybe we've already met, or maybe you already have your style direction and instead you just want me to come in and create looks for maybe you've, you know, new items that you've purchased that you're having trouble styling and you want to better integrate them into your existing closets. Maybe you're debating a really expensive purchase and you want me to come in and see what kind of outfits we could create. Of course, if you're traveling or if you have work functions that you just want like solid looks for and you don't have time to come up with them, I am happy to do that. It's literally just, you've got your closet, but now you've got like my styling brain too. That's the lookbook offering, and that's how those two things differ. I'm always looking for ways to add value when it comes to shopping your closets, and I felt like this was a really good fit. I wanted to finish by creating a couple of looks from within the app, and I have to say it was so easy and actually a lot of fun. Like almost as much fun as when I'm in my closet doing it. So this was a bit of a revelation for me. It took me like just a few minutes to create about 5 to 7 outfits, and the outfits turned out really beautifully in person. So that was a lot of fun. Here's a little lookbook for you, and I will leave all of the information for Indyx, for my lookbook services with them, as well as my virtual styling services. I'll put that all in the description box below. But in the meantime, thank you for being here. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, if you learned something, if you're interested in cataloging your closet. Hit subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you for being here. It always means so much. And I will see you in the next slow fashion video. Ciao.